Yeah, right. She's a supermodel, actress, host, producer, entrepreneur who's become one of the most influential people in Hollywood today. Now, Tyra Banks is back with her 10th cycle of America's Next Top Model.
So, you're a mama.
I am a mama, and it's so hard being apart from her, especially if she's still breastfeeding.
So you're like FedExing the milk.
Well, right now I'm actually drinking it.
But what does it taste like?
It tastes kind of like light soy milk.
Good to know. All right, we are so happy to have her back with us. Good morning.
Hi.
So good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
I cannot believe it's already the 10th cycle of the show.
10th cycle of America's Next Top Model.
That is unbelievable to me.
I know. I thought it would go like 3 cycles at most.
Really?
And now I'm like, yeah, I don't think
so
we're
as it
stopping
continues to be
soon.
successful, yeah, are you thinking like, you know, it could go to 100 and you'd be happy, or do you see an end in sight for it?
I see an end, but I don't see it in anytime soon. I see it in years, maybe like 10 more cycles or something like that. Yeah, I don't see 100, but I do
amazing.
see like 10
Now, the interesting thing
more.
is that you said that you got the idea when you were making tea in your kitchen?
Yeah, I was making tea, actually, and I was kind of in my underwear, but not sexy underwear, so don't think Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, the underwear we wear at home when we're alone.
Like the grandma panties.
Yeah, exactly.
Making the tea, and I just looked out the window, and it came to me, and I was like, I should do a show about models, reality, showing behind the scenes.
Wow, what was it that like brought that thought on? It just literally was out of nowhere? Or was it, you know, the chamomile that you were like breathing?
I was thinking, you know, American Idol is a success. It was a very new show, but I was like, that show is very successful, and The Real World from MTV is very successful. Let me combine the two. Let me see behind the scenes of these models, because American Idol doesn't really show behind the scenes so much. Right. But then also let me show the performance aspect. It's
amazing. Now, also this year, Paulina Porizkova is a judge.
Yes.
And, I mean, she's amazing. She's been on, but she, you know, openly said, you know, it's not realistic. You know, the show for girls who want to become models. Is that why you wanted her to be a judge?
Paulina is just so real. She's very raw. And I say that myself, that in the modeling industry, you don't get to move into this amazing, gorgeous house and have a panel of people sitting in front of you every day telling you what your weaknesses are. Yeah. It's actually much harder than that. So she's very honest. And Paulina is, she pulls no punches.
I know.
And she pulls a surprise on the girls. They don't even know that she's the judge. She sees them before I introduce her as the judge, and when I announce that she's the judge, they're like, oh my gosh.
Wow, that's so interesting. Now, also, I mean, we see the show all over the place. I mean, are you in touch with all the past winners? Are you like big sister to all of them?
I have actually airing today on the Tyra show later today. I have a whole reunion of all of the girls, of a lot of the girls, a lot of the standouts. I've got Heather there and Bianca. I've got girls from season 1, and we're catching up with what they're doing now. And I'm actually telling them a lot of the things like, well, if I would have known that you would have did that, you would have been out of the house a lot earlier. So it's a lot of secrets.
So you're continuing, and you're continuing to give them advice and you know, to be like an ear for them.
So it's a double hit today. I mean, on the talk show, you can see a Top Model reunion, and then tonight at 8 o'clock is the premiere of Top Model.
Now, you've moved your empire to New York. I mean, I know you lived here a long time when you were modeling, but what made you decide to you know to do television here?
I just love this city, the energy of this city, and the people. Like, in my audience, the New York people, like, they're just real and like screaming stuff out to me and just like and LA, I mean, I was born and raised in LA.
As was I. I mean, I know what you're saying.
A lot of the audience, you know, they were trying to be America's Next Top Model.
Yeah, they're like trying to be all mellow.
Exactly, and like the girls would dress up for me, and they would actually pose in the front row.
Oh my gosh.
In LA, they would. Love you guys, LA, but y'all can relax a little bit.
Yeah, New York is great, and it's great, I'm sure, for you to be back. I mean, it's you know, got to be more interesting.
It's
in a lot
really
of ways.
good, and also being in New York here, you know, with season 3 of the talk show, I've been able to interview a lot of the political candidates.
Yeah, which you did a great job. I know that they were all on. It was great.
Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, John Edwards.
Who would have thunk, right?
Yes, and Mike Huckabee is coming on too on February 29th.
That's great. That's great. Now, also, you're on this week's Entertainment Weekly, and you talk about, I mean, the most interesting thing is, I mean, not only are you a model and a talk show host, but you're like such an entrepreneur. You want to like get into amusement parks, Broadway, movies.
Yes.
What else? Is there like, do you have like a wish list?
I'm into real estate. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm really into, but it's not self-serving. My modeling career was all about me. How many covers can I get? How many runways can I walk down? How many barriers can I break and make it all about me, me, me? Now I'm interested in really having this attainable fantasy for women, whether it's real estate and creating a place where women can buy their first home that is so tricked out and decked out but is affordable, whether it's creating a place where they can escape, young girls can escape in a type of amusement park, shall I say, not like Disneyland, but my own version of that.
Tyraland.
So I'm trying to think of things that are giving back, as well as, of course, it's profitable, but at the same time it's doing this now.
How do you react to people that are saying, you know, you're the next Oprah?
It's double-edged sword, because when it first started happening, I was very kind of confused about it because there is only one Oprah, and Oprah's in the stratosphere, and there's no way to get there, and nor do I want to. You know, and then I also felt like it wasn't fair to her because Oprah started as a true journalist and then had her show for 22 years, and here I had my show for like a month and a half, the Tyra show, and they're saying the next her, so I just didn't feel like that was fair to her.
Right.
And I'm charting my own path, and I'm glad I did that Entertainment Weekly article because it shows that
you are doing it, and that you are doing it, and you're figuring it out as you go along
even if
as
I
well.
wanted to be the next her, it just wouldn't happen.
And then retail?
Yes,
retail
I'm interested in retail.
Would it be an affordable clothing line, or do you want it to be like
high-end? Of course, darling.
High-end, so it's
It
not
has to be affordable.
For all of us girls.
Of course. I would never do anything where it's a $10,000 handbag.
Good for you.
I don't buy that.
And then do you have time for a social life? Is there such a thing in your world?
I have weekends off now. I did not used to work weekends, and I used to work weekends, and now I have my weekends off.
Good for you.
And then we're fixing my talk show schedule so that we can kind of be more efficient and have more
some downtime.
Yes, because you can't be creative if you're working all the time.
Yeah.
You have to have that downtime.
So true. Well, thank you so much, and it's so great to see you. And you can catch the season premiere of America's Next Top Model, Cycle 10, tonight at 8, right here on the CW 11. Coming up tomorrow, Larry the Cable Guy here to talk about his new movie, Witless Protection.
All right, thanks a lot, Tyra.
Thanks, guys.
All right, up next on the CW 11 Morning News.